All right, people, just want to talk about WrestleMania 39. I checked it out, looked at some of the matches that were on the card, and it's really becoming evident now that, like I said, for the last 5 or 10 years, that eventually WWE is going to get to a point where they cannot just keep recycling all these people from the Attitude Era and Ruthless Aggression era to make up for their lack of creating new stars. They're finally really, I think, coming to that point where they're there. I mean, obviously the one big star that the company has is Roman Reigns. There's no doubt about it. Big star. He had by all accounts, a really great match with Cody Rhodes, But other than that, on this card, you look up and down the card. Do you see some good wrestlers on there? Yeah, of course. You see some good wrestlers, good matches, whatever it may be. But do you see top talent? Do you see the next Stone Cold? Do you see the next, Rock or the next Cena? No, you don't. You just see a lot of people that are like, yeah, good wrestlers. Maybe there's some good wrestlers, but they just really scream perennial mid-carders or upper mid-carders. And you had no Goldberg, you had no Undertaker, no Stone Cold, and it's really becoming evident that this company really lacks star power. It really lacks top guys. You got one of them. Back, in the Ruthless Aggression era, you had Batista, you had Undertaker, you had Edge, you had all these top names. Back in the Attitude Era, you had so many as well. Now you look at it, what do you got? Sheamus versus Gunther. I mean, is that really, versus Drew McIntyre? Those are like 3 mid-carders. You have, Divas Wrestling, which is in the toilet. It's always been in the toilet. So that's totally irrelevant. The only, big match is really Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. And, you had like the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Again, like, Kevin Owens has been in this company for how long? And he's a mid-carder. That's what he is. You had The Miz coming out. 10, 12 years ago, he was entering as WWE champion against... He was going over John Cena at Mania. Now he's getting his ass kicked by a bunch of random fucking people at WrestleMania. So you had all these matches that were no star power. And it really became evident. Not even saying it was a shitty-ass show, but when you watch WrestleMania, you expect to see big names. You expect to see really big matches. You expect everything to climax at WrestleMania that's been going on storyline-wise. And it's just really sad to state that this company's in that aspect, that there's no big names. I saw, this is kind of a side note, but it's exemplary of my point. I was watching Jeopardy. They had a little clip that WWE had a little section on Jeopardy. And they had people reading off the clues. And it was a bunch of jobbers like Kofi Kingston. It's like embarrassing. Like, these are the big names in this company now. Kofi fucking Kingston. Again, I'm not a hater of Kofi Kingston, but it's like when you think of your greatest and best wrestlers of today's day and age, you don't think of fucking Kofi Kingston. Like, so, I mean, WrestleMania 39 really showed that WWE cannot keep reaching back to people. Triple H is done now. Goldberg seems to be done. Undertaker's done. Batista's done. You had Edge here, but I mean, Edge isn't anything great. I mean, it's cool to see Edge wrestling, but at the same time, it's not like people are, fucking marking out for Edge. Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio, good match, but not great, right? Like, you expect to see main event caliber matches. So all these people that they've relied on for the last 10 or 15 years to get them main events are retiring, are no longer able to wrestle. So you only have a couple left: Brock Lesnar, Edge, and I mean, that's really it. That's really all the big names you have left. Maybe a couple more, I don't know, but and then Brock Lesnar faced Omos. I mean, what a fucking weird ass match that was. To put Brock Lesnar versus this big goofy black guy, I don't think that worked out too well. But let me know in the comments what you think. Is it really starting to show that WWE is failing to build up new talent, to build up big draws? I'm not talking about just straight old good wrestlers / mid-carders. Yeah, there are some in this company, no doubt about it. But are there any big names, big stars, Roman Reigns-esque big stars? No, there's not. And there's no indication that any of them are going to be formed anytime soon. You go Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes has only been in this company and wrestled for a couple months if you take out his injury. Maybe in a couple years he'll be a big name. Maybe in a couple years he will, but right now he's not. He's a good wrestler. Yeah, he's a good wrestler. He was in the main event of Mania, but you got to be in more than one main event of WrestleMania to be considered the next Stone Cold or the next Batista or the next Undertaker, people. So there you go. Let me know what you think in the comments below.